Hello. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning. It's Anna here. How you doing? All right, I need some water. Bear with me one sec. Let's give this a moment, see who wants to jump on. I've got something really cool to talk to you about today. And I need your help. I need your help as well, because I have made an incredible life decision and I need advice and help. So let's give it a sec, see who wants to jump on, who wants to come say hi. If you're jumping on, say hello. Let me know what you're up to. Is it morning for you? Is it evening? Where are you at? Because I know I've got friends from all over the world. It's early here in Melbourne in Australia, but I know that everyone's on a different thing. Hey, Holly. Hey. Wow, this is even earlier for Holly. You're like 3 hours behind me. Go you. Although I have been awake for 3 hours, so that's saying something. All right. So, 5 a.m. yoga time. Love it. Good stuff. All right. Okay, so I'm going to start with what I need help with, because that way, whoever jumps on later and wants to watch the replay, we get to that straight away and I can get help, because this is about me and I need your help. So if you're an AirPod expert, I need to know, because obviously you can see I'm using the hands-free thing, right? And so I use Samsung stuff. This is probably going to be a very dumb question. This shows how tech savvy I am not. I use, Samsung and Android stuff. Have Samsung come out with the AirPod equivalent yet? Those little things that just like that will sit in your ear, right? Without the cord and everything like that. Have they brought that out? I need to know this, and if so, then I need to get them, basically, ASAP, because I don't love these cords anymore, and I want the AirPods, I've decided, but I don't know if they work with Samsung, and I don't know if Samsung have brought them out. They probably have, but again, I'm not tech savvy. How I do everything that I do is I have the best support in the world. Holly, how dare you? What do you mean? This is exactly your area of expertise, you techspert, you. So yes, if anyone knows anything about the AirPods and whether they have actually been brought out in like the Samsung version, or if we can just use the iPhone version with Samsung, if you can let me know, that would be awesome. That would be really awesome. I know that someone's going to know, so because I've put it out there. So obviously I'm going to get an answer, but I'd like to know who's tech savvy around here, who knows more than I do, which is, almost everyone except Holly, really. Love you. All right, cool. So I want to get into what today is about, right? So I want to talk about, are you a freebie hunter? Are you addicted to freebies, right? So something that people don't often realise is people like me who are very in tune with spirituality and all that kind of stuff. I'm very perceptive to everything, even though I don't necessarily spend a lot of time thinking about everything that passes into my world. I'm very in tune and very perceptive to what's going on. And so I see the people that are constantly jumping on every single free thing that's offered, just one after the other. And the reason that I actually remembered this is because I remember when I first started giving out my freebies for joining my email list, and I've got plenty now, right? And I remember the very first one I did, right, was and you can still get it now. It's the 7-day game changer, right? And it's like a full-on course. I wrote a manuscript on every single day of what the 7-day game changer is, right? I remember, and also I overthought it a lot because it was my first one and I really wanted to make it amazing. But it took me weeks, right, to actually get it done. And this triggered me, or this reminded me the other week, because I actually signed up for a freebie, right? And I don't do that very often anymore. It has to really kind of be exactly what I'm looking for, right? And this is the first one that I've signed up for in probably a year. I really just don't do it anymore. And I'll explain why in a moment. But I signed up, right, and no joke, this freebie that, gets you onto their email list, it was advertised as a comprehensive checklist or something to do with the thing that I wanted to know about. This comprehensive checklist was 5 sentences. No joke, it was 5 sentences. And I got it, and I opened it, and I just went, what am I meant to do with this? This constitutes something to actually give people for free. And I was just shocked. Like I obviously must have been so out of tune that day that I actually chose to pursue that, because normally I would have picked up on that energy that it was just going to be useless and not gone ahead with it. But I did for whatever reason, and it shocked me, right? And then I just remembered like how much the freebies that I do. So it's either like a full-on like 7-day course, or like I've just done a full 10-day course inside my private Facebook group on like on your morning routine and how to establish a morning routine. I've got so many like webinars and videos that I've done, which are like an hour or more, usually about an hour and a half of content that I'm explaining and then I'm talking through whatever it is, whether it's like mindset for fat loss or, off the top of my head, I can't remember anymore at the moment, but there's so many, right? And I just think of like how much effort I put in, and I was just blown away that like this was a freebie. It just absolutely shocked me. And then obviously, I just unsubscribed and moved on. But the point was, right, it got me thinking about the Freebie Hunters, right? And this is someone that I was very much when I was starting out in the online world, right? I was looking around for everything. So everyone that was offering anything about like a guide or a webinar or a checklist or a template or anything, I was all over all of it, right? I was just yes, please on everything. And the funny thing is, for that year and a half that I really did that consistently, nothing got anywhere with my business at all. For 2 reasons, I believe, right? One reason is that I was consuming constantly. I wasn't creating, right? And that's fair enough, because I was at the stage where I needed to figure out who I am by seeing what's out there. I had no idea. Oh, hello, Christy. Morning. I had to figure that out for myself, right, and figure out where I'm at. And the second reason that I was doing it is because I was just basically just trying to... Okay, I lost my train of thought. I totally lost my train of thought. That's all right. But the point is, I was opting into all these freebies and everything, and that's right, I wasn't getting anywhere for a second reason. The second reason is because I wasn't actually... all the information that I was taking in, I was kind of like just perusing it. I think that's a word. I don't know if I've pronounced it right though. I was just I didn't take it seriously, right? And this is something that a lot of people say is like, cheap stuff or free stuff, people won't take it seriously. People won't really invest themselves in it because they haven't put any money down. They haven't invested themselves in it. And I disagree to that in an extent, in terms of like doing cheap products or whatever it is, because I have plenty of like cheaper programs that have been absolutely amazing. And I price my stuff based on what I feel is right, not based on, what I think is cheap or what's expensive. There's some stuff that I do that's ridiculously cheap for what it is, and there's some stuff that I think is more in line with what other people would think it's worth or whatever it is. So that's not really an issue at all. But there is something to say about, especially when you're constantly just jumping on every single free thing that's thrown at you, that you get to a point where you're not actually absorbing any of it. You're not taking any of it really on. You're kind of just... It's almost like you're looking for that one magic pill that you'll find in all of this like free content and free checklists and free whatever, that you'll get to that point and you'll find that one magic thing that's just going to suddenly make it all happen. All right, Holly says, yep, I was this person. Now my email is clogged with shit. Looking at the content provided for free, though, they hardly ever give their good stuff because they want you to buy the big product. Yeah, I have noticed that. And that, honestly, that has been a change, because it wasn't always like that. I think it's to do with the influx of more and more people, obviously, going online, which is great. But I think it didn't used to be like that, because when I used to, years ago, get all the free stuff, it was actually quality stuff, most of it, right? It was actually really good. Like I got, I think, from Denise Duffield-Thomas. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's like a money mindset guru from years back. She's still around now, obviously, but like she was one of the first ones that I came across anyway. And like she gave away her whole entire book, and this is a full-on book. Like my ebook, The Problem with Being Perfect, is a full book, but it's 10 chapters, and you can read it in a day, really, if you want to. Hers was like a full-on book that you could not read in a day if you wanted to, and she gave that away for free, and it was incredible. And people still do that now. But yeah, definitely, there's a lot of the stuff that's just like, what am I even going to do with this? Like, I can't believe that someone thought that this is worth opting in for. And that's the thing, right? I'm completely going off on a tangent, but when you're the person who's actually giving this freebie, right? I mean, the point is, right, you're giving the freebie. Rachel Guy has some great stuff. Cool. I'll have to check her out. Megan says, I love my AirPods. Wish I hadn't waited so long to get them. I know, but I need to know. Can I get them for my Samsung? I need to know. Are the AirPods, are they compatible? I don't think they are, because I don't think iPhone stuff's compatible with anything except Apple stuff. But if anyone knows if Samsung have the same thing, please let me know. I want to know. But yeah, so for years, right, I just kept opting into that stuff. And the problem with, tangents. I will focus for a moment and not read any comments as they come up. So the problem from the person who's giving the freebie side of things, and this is off on a tangent, and I will get back to the point, I promise. You know me, I go around in circles so much. But I always get there. We always get there. The problem from the freebie giver's point of view, right, is that if your freebie is crap, like if you're actually literally just tricking people into your email list and then giving them absolute shit that like they can't do anything with, they're just going to unsubscribe straight away, and they're going to remember you, right? Like this is a really horrible thing, but people remember the bad stuff a lot more than the good stuff, right? It kind of leaves an impression in their mind. So when they get something that's cool, they're unfortunately less likely to remember who it was from or whatever. When they receive something bad, they're going to remember that, and they're going to unsubscribe, and they're going to unfollow, and they're going to just move the hell away from you. So it's just a waste of time of why you would put some content out there just for the idea of tricking someone basically into your email list and then not actually deliver them anything of value that makes them want to stick around and want to know more, because that is the point, right? That is the point. You want to give them more value. You want to help them more. If they don't see that you're in any way going to help them, they're not going to stick around. It's as simple as that, right? All right, Megan, I love my AirPods. Yeah, sold that one. They work for all Bluetooth, works with my work PC. Ooh, okay, that's exciting. Oh my God, that's so exciting. All right, I'm going to get myself some AirPods. I'm so excited. Thank you, Megan. You're awesome. Yes. Sorry, I'm really excited now. Okay, breathe. Okay, moment for the excitement to pass. All right. But here we go. Let me get back to my original point, right? If you are obsessed with freebies, like I was for years and years, and I totally get it, and this is why I'm talking about it, because I was there and I had to go through it, and there's nothing wrong with it, and I'm not judging anyone about it, because everybody has to go through it, everybody has their own journey, everything like that. But I think that part of what I do is sharing my journey, is sharing my experience, and therefore maybe giving people some inspiration or some ideas for how to move forward or how to get through stuff, because there's some great freebie stuff out there. So if you're getting really great value out of it, awesome, right? Really awesome. This is more so, I guess, if you've been doing it for a while and you find that you're not getting anywhere with anything. You find that you're just kind of lost, and you, for whatever reason, don't see a reason in investing in, whether it's a business coach or whether it's just like a or whether it's a transformational or mindset coach like myself, because it's more of a lifestyle kind of shift that you want to happen. You want your whole lifestyle to change, not just focus on the online business side of things or whatever it is. But you're not really investing, I'm going to say investing in the coach, but really you're investing in yourself, because you're going to actually, whenever you work with a coach of any kind, right, it is an investment in yourself. Don't try and kid yourself that you're paying, yes, you're giving money to the other person, but at the end of the day, the money that you're giving is actually going into you. You're investing in yourself. And this is something that takes a bit of time to wrap your head around, especially if you're kind of in that position where you don't have the money, or you don't think you have the money, or you're not really confident about spending the money. That is nothing to do with the coach. It is to do with yourself. When you have the confidence in yourself to trust that you can choose the right person, first of all, that you're aligned with the person, right, that they get you and that they understand you, and they can help you dig into the parts that maybe you don't know about. Firstly, that, and also that you trust that you're going to do the work and you're going to step up and you're going to take responsibility. That's a really big one, right? Because a lot of people put it off because they keep thinking, no, this coach won't actually get me the results. They won't actually get me the results. The coach never gets you the fucking results. Never, ever. You always get yourself the results. The coach is just there to support you, for sure, and guide you and give you their experience and whatever else they happen to do, but the results will always, always, always be about you. And this is something I had to learn the hard way as well, because I tried blaming the coach years ago. I really did. And guess where it got me? Absolutely fucking nowhere. I was still in the same spot, still not making money, still feeling like I'm just treading water and like a hamster in the wheel, basically. Holly, I like the Mind Valley model of having a masterclass, which also always comes with workbooks. They're incredibly informative, and then you can opt into full course, which is usually around $500. That's how I got an RTT, which I now do for a living. Cool. Yeah, awesome. All right, so how I actually got past the freebie hunting stage is exactly what I just said. Basically, I got to a stage where I realised that, you know what, this isn't about just hopping around and trying to find every little thing that I can get my hands on and just collect and collect and collect, and hopefully there's like a magic pill or a grain of sand that I'm missing somewhere hidden in all of these free things that I'm just missing. I had that feeling, and I think a lot of people will relate to this, of just feeling like I just need that one thing and it's just going to change everything, right? Spoiler alert, there is no one thing that is going to change everything except you. That's it. There's no magical formula. There's no magical anything that is actually going to just change absolutely everything overnight for you. You are the only one that can do that, right? And the only way you can do that is when you step out of basically the freebie hunting like I did for years. And again, if you're just tuning in now, listen to the rest of this. This has actually gone a little very differently to what you think it is. I'm all for freebies, and I love giving them myself. But if you get to that stage where you've basically been, freebie hunting for so and so long, and you're not getting anywhere, chances are it's time to put yourself on the line. It's time to invest in yourself, right? And this is why I come back to saying it is investing in yourself. It's not investing in the coach or whatever it is. Having said that, you have to pick a coach that resonates with you, right? So make sure that you trust your gut, trust your intuition. When something says, I have to work with this person is going to get me, this is where I need to be. Trust that, right? It's when we talk ourselves out of that we make it even worse, because then we're basically saying we're not worth it, right? And I did this for years. I knew I had to work with a particular coach, and I just kept putting it off, and it was basically just solidifying in myself that I'm not worth it. I'm not worth investing in. I'm not actually going to get the results, so why would I bother, right? And that's basically what I was saying to myself, even though I didn't realize it at the time. At the time, I just kept putting it off as, oh, no, they can't guarantee me results. So, and yeah, I had no idea how much fear was in that, right? And it takes sometimes a really big step. And for me, it was a huge step at the time, right? It was thousands of dollars that I did not have whatsoever. And I chose to jump, and I chose to invest in myself because I knew that it had to happen. I knew that I had to elevate myself. I knew I had to believe in myself on a whole new level, that what I had, the vision that I had in my mind is going to be more powerful than my reality right now, right? And this is something that takes a little bit of time to get used to, is that, this idea of not looking around at your surroundings right now, not looking into your bank statements, not looking into your bills or anything that's piling up, whatever, not looking at that stuff and going, this is my reality, so no, I can't invest, I don't have the money, this is where I'm at. It takes a bit of time to be able to look at all of that and go, this isn't my reality. This is actually all just made up stuff that I've put into my existence. My reality is whatever is in my mind is my vision, and I need to act from that, not from where I'm at, not from the $0 in my account, not from the fact that I have no credit, not from the bills that are piling up. If I act from that, I'm always going to be in more scarcity and in more lack. I need to step into that person who the vision is for, right? So the person that, for me, it's the most influential, well-known speaker, author, coach, transformational coach in the world of the 21st century, right? I make all of my decisions based on that. That is who I am. That is where I'm at. That is my vision. And everything that I choose has to be from that position. It can't be from how much money I have in my account that day or whatever. And so I'm not saying you have to go in and this is definitely not saying that you have to just go and jump in and spend thousands of dollars just because I said so, or just because somebody, now you're like, okay, I just have to go do it. I have to go find someone and blah, blah, blah. No, it might not be the right time for you. I'm not saying it is. However, when you know. And it's that time when something nudges at you, that you see someone post something, or you've been following someone for a while or whatever, and you know that feeling that you've just had this gut feeling, this intuition that says, I have to work with this person. I have to work with this person, and it has to be either, one of their programs, or it has to be more VIP, more one-on-one, whatever it is. And you get that feeling, rather than numbing it down and going, nah, I'll just go back and scroll through and see what free stuff's out there. You have to act on that intuition. That is the only way you're going to get to that vision, because if you have that vision in your head, that is your intuition, your everything guiding you to what you need. And every time you say no to it, you're shutting it down, and you're validating in your mind that you're not worth it, right? That this isn't actually going to work for you, that you're not worthy of this. And that's a really horrible mindset to be giving yourself, especially if you want to actually go anywhere with it, right? So that's what I had to share, and that's my journey of how I had to get out of that mindset and everything like that. And I hope if you've tuned in sort of halfway through or something, go watch the start of it, because I do explain a lot about freebies and about how valuable they can be. So it's definitely not a bagging of any way of freebies, because I do love them, and I absolutely stand by and love the amazing ones that I offer. So it's definitely not that. It's just about where you're at, and everybody's at a different point in their journey. Cool. Thanks, Holly. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. How long have I been going? What's the time? Let's see if I can check the time without closing things off. Okay. I got to go soon. All right. Cool. So before I leave, have to make sure I tell you two things, because they're coming up and they're really, really important. One of them is the VIP Dream Life Overhaul. So this is my VIP one-on-one immersion package of coaching, basically, that you work with me in person. Right now I'm doing it all over Australia, mostly in Melbourne, but then in other cities as well. So if you want to know more information about that, please send me a message and I can get you the video that explains it all. But it's basically a VIP luxury day one-on-one in a 5-star hotel with me, to absolutely just work through all of your blocks, all of your resistance, create the lifestyle that you truly want, the one that you have in your vision, and to step into that person in that day. It's absolutely incredible, and such a transformational coaching package. You get ongoing coaching with me as well. So if you want all the details on that, just send me a private message and I'll get that to you. The second thing is, if you're interested in knowing more about the webinar that I've been talking about a little bit. So this is the second online business that I run, which is 90% automated. You don't need to be a tech expert at all. This is what I was kind of laughing about at the start of this video, right? Is that in order to do this, it's literally the 10% that you do is step by step. It's all online, so you can do it from your laptop or your phone or whatever while you travel around and do what you want. You do not need to be a tech expert, because everything is explained, and best of all, there's no selling. So you never have to it's not like MLM with Herbalife and all that kind of stuff or whatever, where you have to hound your friends and hassle them into buying stuff. So that's the best part. Well, for me it is anyway, because I'm very passionate about what I do, and I'd rather talk about that. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, we have a webinar coming up in a couple of days again, which explains exactly how it works, and you're welcome to watch it. It's free, and then if it resonates with you, you can let me know and we can have more of a chat. But yeah, if you want to know more about that, just let me know, pop a comment below or send me a private message. And likewise with the VIP Dream Life Overhaul, if that sounds interesting to you and you want more details, let me know. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys really soon. And remember to live life on purpose. Bye.